Hello, loves. My name is Maya, and welcome to my canvas. I hope you all had a blessed week. Have you ever thought of what a color would look like as a person? It's been on my mind for a while, and I thought it was time to see colors come to life. Today, I will be taking two color aesthetics and drawing them into characters. So sit back, grab a snack or some art supplies, and draw with me. This will be a series of as many common and unique colors as possible. And to begin, I wanted the first character to be based on my favorite color in the world, purple. Before I get started, I needed to do some research and gather some references. And I'm pretty simple about gathering references, so I went to Pinterest and searched for purple aesthetics. And I found plenty of references to choose from. When I was scrolling, the feed was giving me cozy book reading vibes. As I scrolled, I noticed that many of the collages featured book pages or quotes. So I decided to use a book reading pose as the foundation of the character. And for her face, what better way to read books than to give her glasses? So I wanted to finish her look with glasses. And of course, I made them purple. And from there, I got started. After I decided on a pose, I wanted to fill the canvas with elements that would complement the character in the most purple manner possible. So I sketched up a purple teacup and a lavender scented candle. At the end, you'll notice that I changed the phone to a purple butterfly purse. At first, my original idea was to have like a music player in like a purple scheme, but how I was drawing it wasn't coming out how I pictured, so I decided to change that item with a purple butterfly purse instead, and I really liked how it came out at the end. I also wanted to include some lavender plants at the bottom to help fill out the bottom half of the canvas because I felt like it was getting pretty empty down there. And finally, I drew some butterflies to fill up any remaining gaps around the canvas. And once the sketch was completed, I moved on to finalize the rest. Now, purple has been my favorite all-time color since I was a baby. Usually, I have people around me who say they outgrow their childhood color and they would like have their favorite as a child and choose another when they grow up, but that was not me. I was not one of those people who ever changed their childhood color. I was purple from start to probably all the way to the finish. But purple always came to me as a soft but powerful type of color. Words like royalty, creativity, and wisdom have long been associated with the color purple. There are even some fun purple characters like Eduardo, Lumpy Space Princess, Beerus, Poof, Chowder, Yzma, Waluigi, Thanos, and even Purple Guy, among many others. And purple characters like these always characterized as like power hungry or money hungry, or they can be super sweet and sassy, and I just love that about them. And I feel like I can relate to them. I don't know if I'm power hungry, but I definitely got a little bit of sass and some sweetness to myself, I believe. I still buy and collect items to this day, and I have never felt the need to change my favorite color in my 20 plus years of life so far. And now that my purple character was finished, it was time to move on to the next color. My husband wanted to choose the next color and he chose yellow. So this time I wanted to create a yellow male character, and I started by doing the same research as before, going to Pinterest and experimenting with the yellow aesthetics that I found. As I scrolled, the yellow aesthetic reminded me of like outdoors and fresh ingredients. I noticed a lot of like outside elements and fruit, lemons and stuff to be exact. I noticed a lot of lemon themed items and decided to build the main character around that. For his pose, I imagined him being a chill, what's up type of dude. So I looked up some poses of guys like leaning against something, sitting, eating popsicles, and aimed for a relaxed expression. The popsicle, in my mind, would also be lemon cream flavored. And because I was feeling the outdoors vibe, I wanted him to be athletic. So one of his items is a tennis racket and tennis balls. And because he'd be playing outside, I thought it'd be a cute idea to draw some lemonade to go with it. Now, I was a little stumped on the third item, but since I drew that he liked sweets, I drew waffles as his favorite food, because waffles do have a yellow tint to them, so I thought that would be perfect to add to this yellow aesthetic. And lastly, to fill the rest of the space, I drew some yellow stars of different shapes and colors. And once that was done, I got started on the render. Now, the color yellow has always stood out to me because it's such a bright and vibrant color, but I never caught myself being connected with the color yellow. Perhaps because I dislike drawing a lot of attention to myself, so I feel like if I had a lot of yellow centered things, you're just, bound to get attention. And that's not a bad thing. I just never connected to that color in that sense. Now, no offense to yellow fans out there, but when I think of yellow, I also think of bees. I'm not sure what it is, but yellow just makes me think of bees, which sadly I just cannot stand them. But aside from that, aside from bees, when I looked up what the color yellow represents online, I saw words like optimistic, cheerful, happiness, and sunny, and I can totally see that. Besides thinking of bees, every time I see something yellow, I can't help but feel joy and excitement, which makes sense because when I looked up yellow characters, the main ones that came up were SpongeBob, which makes sense, Pikachu, Winnie the Pooh, Jake, the Minions, and Big Bird, and plenty others. So these characters are always upbeat and lighthearted when they appeared on screen. There are probably only the few characters who can pull yellow off, and these are definitely them. And with that, my yellow guy was complete. And now let's look at them both side by side. And ta-da! Here's yellow and purple. I think these two turned out so well. This was a great exercise in focusing on a single range of colors rather than becoming overwhelmed by a variety of different colors. And I can definitely feel the purple and yellow vibes radiating off of them. I gotta say, probably my favorite thing about yellow was definitely his lemon sweater. I think the lemon sweater is just super cute, and I wasn't sure at first about yellow, but seeing all the different shades of yellow put together are just really nice. It really came together. It's bright but not too bright, and even the dark tan yellows that I added to break up the brightness I think really helped. So I liked how his came out for sure. Now as far as purple, my baby girl purple, it's so cute. I liked everything about it, and I'm glad that I didn't stick to the phone and went in with the purse, because I think the purse just complements the whole look. I love the candle, the teacup. My first original teacup wasn't that detailed, so I definitely went back in to make sure the teacup had a little bit more detail to it. But the biggest statement for me for purple was her glasses. I think that's probably the first time I ever played around with painting glass, and I think it really came out well, and it definitely added a little bit of pop to the overall piece, to the canvas. So the glasses and the purse are probably my favorite part. But all in all, I'm just super happy with this. And I'm super happy with purple because now looking at the bigger picture of this one, I definitely see myself printing this one and putting it on my wall for myself. But which color is your favorite and what color should I try next? Leave your thoughts below in the comments. And with that, loves, please like and subscribe for more if you like what you see. Thank you very much for hanging out with me. I pray that you guys have a blessed day and night, and I will see you in the next video.